many recordings of these that I actually had to create a second page of notes for this project. And my God, it's a shame, but look on the bright side. We're getting close to the end here. Hello everybody, Love Account 2000 here. Welcome back to episode 61, I think. Let me check. 61? Yeah, 61 of Triangle Strategy. I am the devil on one Lord Cyrano Wolford's shoulder, guiding him through the world of Norzelia. In the last episode, we completed... Okay, there we go. My thing wasn't working. Last episode, we completed the utility route of Chapter 15, unlocking our 28th playable unit, Cordelia Glenbrook herself. So yeah, we have both members of we have the royal family. There she is, right there. In this episode, we have reached that time of the day once again. It came a lot quicker than it did the last two times because, well, we're running out of alternate pathways to take. But we march to the final ending of the game, the Liberty ending. We placed our faith in Frederica's vision, we have stood with Roland, and it is now time to ascent to Benedict's strategy. However, I might have actually screwed this up. If both of the people vote for the things that I think they'll vote for, we actually might get something really, really rare. With that being said, let's start. I don't know. I don't think I convinced Anna and Gila. And I think Anna might go with Frederica's vision. Alright. Nope, no I didn't. Nope, all five of us. Oh wow. Okay, everyone was like, I appear indifferent to your plea. Apparently not. Apparently it was worth it. Thank God having high conviction values exist. Anyway, let us begin for the final end game of Triangle Strategy.
The way forward is decided. We will follow Benedict's plan and join forces with Esfrost to lay Hyzant low.
Time to fight Hyzant. We really haven't touched fighting the city itself. We've more just like stolen their slaves, I guess. I've tried to stay away from using that word in this project, but there's no other way around it. Alright, let us save our game. Actually, before we do, I'd like to point this out. This was the first epilogue I did was 38 hours. The second epilogue I did was 58 hours, so about 20 hours. This one is 60. Will probably be 68 hours, actually. It's also worth pointing out, I did the whole game in one day. Almost the whole game. Let's begin. And if you guys have been keeping tabs on this playthrough, you probably know what's going to happen. Considering he's the only one that hasn't done what, what's the phrase? He hasn't done what the others have done. You probably should figure out who's doing it, but I'm going to shut my mouth as I usually do with these.
A tumultuous meeting exposes a yawning chasm between Roland, Frederica, and Benedict's visions for the future. Yet only one will emerge victorious, for such is the custom of House Wolford. As ever, the scales of conviction have the final word. The time has come for judgments to be rendered, and leaders to steel themselves for the outcome.
Chapter 17 of Lords and Lineages. Loading, now loading. Alright. See you on the other side.
We've chosen our path. We shall ally with Esfrost and strike at the heart of the holy state of Hyzant.
So you would kiss Gustadal's feet and bribe him with salt? I cannot abide this idiocy. You will defeat Hyzant only to be conquered by Aesfrost.
We are well aware of Gustadolf's cunning. He shan't take advantage of us.
You would ally with them only to stab them in the back later?
If need be.
Have you no shame?
Says the king who would deliver his own people to Hyzant.
Yes, for that is how we secure peace for the many at the expense of the few.
You know that is not true. Hyzant will conquer all Norzelia if we give them the salt crystals. All will be forced to worship at the feet of the goddess and follow her orders. Just as the Roselle have at the source.
I see House Wolford is determined to walk their path astride Aesfrost. But as King of Glenbrook, I will not allow it. Lord Wolford, I command you to march on the duchy and strike down Gustadolf.
What?
You remain my vassal. I dare you to defy me.
Roland, your majesty.
You are bound by nothing, Lord Serenoa. You are no one's vassal.
What are you talking about?
Now is not the time, Benedict.
Lord Serenoa is not the son of Lord Simone. His true parentage is none other than His Majesty King Regna.
You cannot be serious!
King Regna fell in love with Lady Destra, a commoner living in the Crown City. When it came to light that she was with child, King Regna bowed to pressure from the royalists and had Lord Simone take her in. She bore a son, who you know today as Serenoa, heir to House Wolford.
If this is true, and you are my elder brother, then you are not bound by my command.
Hold! Roland is the one with the royal ring, is he not? Even if this story is true, is it not Roland who holds claim to the throne?
Roland was not the only one entrusted with a royal ring.
So you possess one as well, Serenoa.
I do.
It is genuine. There is no mistaking it. What Benedict says must be true. I've always admired you, Serenoa. I knew from the moment we met that you were worthy of respect. I always felt you to be my better, even as a leader. Yet I still felt a closeness with you I could never place. Now, at last, I have.
Roland,
All the more reason why I cannot concede to you now. Least of all to you, dear brother. Serenoa Wolfort, I challenge you to a duel. To the victor goes the crown.
pray let us think about this.
On your guard, Serenoa. I do not say this in jest.
Cease this quarreling at once. Stop them, Benedict.
I cannot. They must settle this here and now if we are to move forward.
Listen to Benedict. This is not your fight. Do you have the courage of your convictions, brother?
Roland, stop this madness. I have no desire to sit upon the throne. I only wish to aid you in protecting our kingdom, the only home we've ever known.
I have no doubt. You've been a peerless friend. I would trust you with my life. But the truth has been revealed and our paths diverge. You said it yourself. There can only be one way forward.
That has naught to do with our lineage. Our bloodlines need not be shackles.
Shackles? Ha! I have fought tooth and nail to protect what you now decry.
I know you have suffered, brother.
How can you? You who had your father's love, the unwavering trust of your subjects. You proved yourself time and again so effortlessly. I ask you to prove yourself once more.
Roland, please.
I have toiled in your shadow while you led House Wolford to glory. I have revered you and envied you in equal measure. I long to be like you, and I long to claim victory over you. Just once.
I am not worthy of such adulation. Nor am I alone the reason we've come this far. We are all in this together.
I knew you would seek to erase yourself from our history if you knew how I felt. Don't you dare shrink from me! Stand and fight so I can best you!
I have no will to fight you, brother. I want none of this.
Life does not always turn out how we want. Of this, you and I are now keenly aware. You asked me to put aside my feelings when you talked of joining with Esfrost. Now I ask you to do the same. Prove to me that you have what it takes to deal with Esfrost and crush Hyzant. That you can cut out a part of yourself to do what you think must be done. Show me you can create this bold new future you speak of!
Very well. The scales of conviction have spoken, and House Wolford shall heed their word. If you would stand in our way and seek to prevent us from walking the path we have chosen, then so help me, as Lord of House Wolford, I shall cut you down where you stand.
Yes! Let us see who is the better between us!
On your guard.
Yeah! Yeah!
Seems it was me, dear brother.
In the end, I cannot escape your shadow. Kill me. It is only fitting that it is you who strikes the final blow.
What will become of Glenbrook?
That is up to you. I leave the kingdom in your hands. You have the ring, the royal blood. And it was House Wolford that reclaimed the kingdom. The people and the nobles will assent to your rule. So long as I am gone.
This is no time to waver, Lord Serenoa. King Roland initiated the duel. The terms are his to dictate. Letting him live will only prolong our troubles.
You think I do not know that? You ask the impossible. My friend, my brother, is not meant to die by my hand.
You are cruel in your kindness, Serenoa. I have neither the constitution nor the fortitude to be king. I cannot lead as you can, as our father did. I saw the terrifying limits of my abilities, and sought the sweet release of surrendering to a higher power. Would you have such a coward live?
I've watched you confront these parts of yourself for as long as I can remember. I've watched you strive to better yourself, to better everyone. You had my undying loyalty and trust. Oh, how I admired you, my friend. How I longed to follow in your footsteps.
And follow you did. But now you must overtake me.
I shall. Just promise me one thing. Promise me that you will watch over me. Every breath, every step, every word from my lips. And the moment you see me stray, you will set me back on the right path.
This I shall do, seeing as you bested me in combat. Farewell, Serenoa. May we never meet again as brother or friend.
Not the parting I would have preferred, but as Roland himself noted, life does not always turn out as we want.
Not another word, Benedict. I do not trust myself to show restraint.
My love.
At least we have settled on a path forward. There is work to do.
King Roland!
Leave me, Huette.
I cannot do that. Or have you forgotten that you are my one and only sworn liege?
Then take this as an order from that liege. Serve Serenoa, as you once served me. I am the only one who need walk this path.
Your Majesty.
Dry your tears, Huette. It is unbecoming for a proud member of the King's Guard.
How can you say that? I never expected our parting to be like this.
I am sorry. But there is something I would tell only you by way of apology. My disagreement with Serenoa and hatred of Esfrost were no lies. I will walk this path, carrying these feelings with me, perhaps forever. But my unwillingness to ally with Esfrost runs deeper than a personal grudge.
Is it because you cannot trust Gustadov?
It is his idea of freedom I cannot trust. In a world of unbridled ambitions, people will stop at nothing to claim power. The strong will prosper, while the weak will struggle to survive.
So if we join forces with Esfrost, then someday Glenbrook will.
Yes. His ideals of freedom will inevitably create a clear division between the strong and the weak. It will become a place where even children are no stranger to suffering and sacrifice. Just like those two in the Crown City. I cannot abide by that.
I do not think Lord Serenoa wishes for a world like that.
Nor do I. But Benedict will stop at nothing to defeat Hyzant. Who knows what will happen once he joins forces with Gustadolf?
I understand. You wish for me to stay and watch over House Wolffort.
Yes. You must take care of Serenoa in my place. And Cordelia as well.
You have my word. You needn't worry about a thing, Your Majesty.
You were a loyal and true knight, Huette. And for that, you have my eternal thanks.
Roland.
Cordelia. I'm sorry,
You needn't apologize. I understand how you feel. I am your sister after all.
Thank you, Cordelia. Take care.
I've never seen Cordelia. That Cordelia bit at the end. I was getting ready to start talking, and then Cordelia showed up, and my brain was like, what? So, I am ashamed that the ending of the Liberty route is not involve you, Cordelia, and Roland becoming this badass family of royal kings. But, on the opposite side of the spectrum, I'm gonna be king! Yeah. Serenoa bids farewell to a friend and makes for his mother's grave to reflect upon the recent decision. I also love how this route treats Benedict. This is my favorite ending in the game. Hello, Queen Frederica.
I wish I had never learned of my true lineage. I was happy being Serenoa Wolfort, son of Lord Simone and Lady Destra.
No matter whose blood runs through your veins, you are still yourself.
Thank you, Frederica.
Thank you, Frederica. But now Roland is gone. Someone's coming.
It looks like Benedict.
I am in no mood to speak with him. Let us conceal ourselves.
It just disappears. Alright. What do you have to say, Benedict?
Lord Simone, Lady Destra, today I revealed the truth of Lord Serenoa's birth and drove Prince Roland from the city. Lord Serenoa will be crowned the king of all Glenbrook, but this is merely the first step of many. We will use the salt crystals to ally ourselves with Esfrost and defeat Hyzant. I will see to it that Lord Serenoa becomes the undisputed ruler of all Norzelia. He has the strength and character worthy of sitting atop this realm, and I shall carve that path to the summit for him. He did not wish for the position, nor this power. But no matter how much he resents me, I will ensure his success. He shares your blood, Lady Destra, and as such, I refuse to see him at the mercy of others again.
Why would you go so far?
Lord Simone, you were a lord worthy of my life's devotion. You were an equal to King Regna in every way. You could have sat upon the throne, and yet, you resigned yourself to life as a vassal and took in Lady Destra at your liege's request. You two treated Lady Destra and Lord Serenoa as if they were no more than pawns to be traded about. Back then, I could not forgive you or King Regna. Lady Destra, even now, I find it hard to forgive myself for being unable to save you. Which is why I will make Lord Serenoa a greater ruler than his father or King Regna could ever be. This is my revenge against myself for being so powerless then. I will not repent. I will devote my life to atoning for my incompetence.
And there you have it, Benedict's true intentions.
Benedict cared very deeply for Lady Destra.
The world's greatest tactical mind in Norzelia ultimately is a man unable to move on from his past. What a shame. I love Benedict's story. It is the best character arc in the entire game, in my opinion. Benedict, because once you understand why Benedict is doing what he is doing, everything that Benedict does makes so much more sense. While Roland ultimately gets a more drastic character arc, Benedict is the perfect way to do a static character arc. He never changes in his ideas, but his reasons become more and more apparent the further the game goes, as Benedict becomes more and more unhinged in his decisions, while still maintaining his pragmaticism. His ability and inability to move on from the past is a part of the reason why his status as the owner of the Liberty ending is so interesting, because ultimately the one person that can never achieve true freedom from his past is Benedict himself. And so he knows this, and so he seeks to make sure Serenoa can. It's one of the coolest ways of going about the concept of freedom and being able to move on in any video game I've ever seen, which is why Benedict sticks out amongst a sea of characters. Not only is Benedict's casual, cold demeanor one of my favorite characterizations, I love his voice actor, I love his character design, I love the way they created him, but his story is one of the most interesting things I've ever seen in any video game ever, because I have never seen someone use grief as a way of emotionally attaching themselves to a person. His grief and inability to move on is why he is such a stalwart defender of House Wolffort, and why he straight up leaves your party if you abandon it. He can't move on. And spoilers, I guess, as you'll see from this ending, him not being able to move on is a plot point and a point of contention. I love Benedict so much.
No amount of regret will change the past. We have no way to go but forward.
And so we march to our new kingdom. Take our place upon the throne as the King of Glenbrook and begin Esfrost's negotiations. We have a holy state to slay. There we are. Me, my two retainers, and my
Lord,
queen.
How did the nobles take the news?
They were surprised to hear of Roland's disappearance, as well as of my lineage and intention to ascend the throne. But there was not nearly as much contempt or disorder as I had anticipated.
I also explained that it was King Roland's own decision to abdicate, once he learned the truth.
I think it may have been the royal signet that kept them so composed. They took it as proof that King Regna deemed Serenoa a worthy successor.
Even if they had objections in their heart, they could not act upon them. There is not a soul in Glenbrook who can deny the might and exploits of House Wolffort. Princess Cordelia would have been their sole chance to challenge his ascension, but she is already within our hands.
Be that as it may, the people must see it as such. I will not be able to get their support should they think I usurped the throne.
Precisely.
In any case, it's hard to believe our young lord's truly the king of Glenbrook.
I never coveted this throne.
No, you didn't.
But we have chosen to ally ourselves with Esfrost and have driven Roland away. I shan't run from my responsibilities any longer.
Good luck.
I will take up the mantle of king to serve both Glenbrook and House Wolford.
You might as well just be king of Glenbrook.
A fine resolve, your majesty. We stand with you now, as we always have.
Yeah, you might as well just give up being Lord of House Wolford, because House Fawkes we destroyed. House Tellior blew itself up. What else? Like, I don't know.
Thank you. Benedict, prepare for my ascension and our negotiations with Esfrost.
Yes, your majesty. I will also continue working on our plans for Hyzant.
We cannot afford to lose this battle. Do what you must.
As you command.
All right. And we are...
Several days later, Serenoa announces that he is the son of the late King Regna, and that Roland, having learned the truth, has abdicated the throne. All suspect that there is more behind the announcement, but House Wolford has the support of many in the capital city, and so they accept his words. Thus, Serenoa Wolford takes the throne as the new King of Glenbrook.
Let's go! Still breaking new ground.
The joining of House Wolford and the Kingdom of Glenbrook is yet another twist in the ever-turning narrative of Norzelia. One which Hyzant and Esfrost look on with ever-wary eyes.
Serenoa is crowned the new King of Glenbrook. It is not long before the Saintly Seven hear the news. Set up some sort of way to defend the mines from Hyzant. That's never been an issue before.
I see everyone is here. What might this sudden meeting be about?
Minister Tenebris, you kept us waiting.
Ah, my apologies.
You were all summoned here to discuss the recent political changes in Glenbrook.
Oh, I wonder what that might be.
King Roland has conceded the throne to Minister Serenoa. Apparently the two are half-brothers.
What? So, this was not a hearing of my crimes.
Do you know something about this, Minister Tenebris?
No. What will become of Glenbrook?
There are rumors that King Roland has absconded, but the people seem oddly composed about the change of power.
Yeah, because I was like the guy in Glenbrook.
Is this not a joyous occasion?
Serenoa was like the guy in Glenbrook.
With Minister Serenoa on the throne, Glenbrook becomes a vassal nation of Hyzant.
Not quite. We had intended to use Minister Serenoa to pressure King Roland into giving him control over the Grand Norzelian mines. But now he has both the salt crystal veins and the entire kingdom of Glenbrook in his hands.
I'm gonna be going on quite the power trip.
Our window of opportunity has closed.
Precisely. Any attempt to likewise pressure Minister Serenoa may result in us losing more than we bargained for.
He did not strike me as the sort of man to bite the hand that feeds.
He usurped the throne from his own master. We cannot afford to let our guards down.
Indeed.
So the 5 of the remaining Saintly 6.
Hear the Holy One's words. We must be wary of House Wolford. We will summon Minister Exham and his forces back to the city to protect our people.
Let's go!
Understood. I will dispatch a bird to him at once.
Yeah, because then you'd be going into our territory.
Wolford's true intentions.
We must get our hands on those salt crystals. If House Wolford dares disobey the goddess, they must be exterminated at once.
This is my chance. If I can bring glory to Hyzant and restore my name, soon I will be.
So, unlike any of the other routes, Tenebris here actually gets a quite lot of characterization. I would argue that the endgame for Liberty is the only time Tenebris actually feels like an actual saintly Seven member. Most of the time, Minister Tenebris just feels like he's just sort of there. Like he was just there in the utility ending, and he's just there in the morality ending. But in the Liberty ending, he actually does have some good characterization. Serenoa is crowned the new king of Glenbrook. It is not long before the Archduke himself hears the news. Gustadolf, you better be ready to play ball. God dang it.
I did not foresee Serenoa becoming king of Glenbrook. What became of the abdicated King Roland?
Well, you see...
Official reports say he left the capital to live a life of seclusion, but rumor has it that he absconded after losing a duel to Lord Serenoa.
Roland concealed his identity and fought hard to reclaim his kingdom. He would not so easily relinquish the throne. The rumors are likely closer to the truth than the reports.
Very true.
So House Wolford usurped the throne.
I did not take Serenoa for a man who had cast off the shackles of servitude by force. How fascinating it would be if the caged hawk broke free to soar the skies.
Without Prince Roland around, there is hope yet of restoring our relations with Glenbrook.
Thank you, Sicrus.
Perhaps we could ask Lady Frederica to help us negotiate.
Yeah, because your sister is now the Queen of Glenbrook.
Glenbrook holds the salt crystal veins in their hands. No amount of negotiations would end in our favor. A bird that has flown the coop must be shot down. Whether they perish or return to a cage is up to them.
Of Lords and Lineages completed. Alright, Chapter 17, Part 2 is completed. And with that said and done, we begin the third and final route split of the game. The final end game. Until then, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter if that's something you care for. Join the Loves Museum. It's a Discord server where you can talk to me, my friends, and see when I upload cool videos like this one. And above all else, have a wonderful day. See you guys next time. Bye.